If you happen to be like a lot of people, then you probably enjoy Starbucks. Sadly, not everything at Starbucks is healthy nor vegan. So today we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about some of the 5 healthiest things that you can order at Starbucks. Hey everyone, my name's Amy, and I happen to be a certified personal trainer and a nutrition student here to help you take control of your diet and lifestyle for your health, the planet, and the animals. Today we're going to be talking about healthy orders at Starbucks. So let's get started. So, before we get into the drinks, let's talk about how I'm going to be ranking these. I'm going to be ranking these based on the amount of calories, the amount of sugar, and the amount of fat that happens to be in them. The reason why I chose these 3 things is because, firstly, currently in America, we are dealing with a lot of issues regarding being overweight or obese. And because of this, one of the biggest suggestions to be able to help people have a healthier diet is to not drink your calories. Another thing that I'm going to be looking at is the sugar content. According to the American Heart Association, people should not be getting more than 6% of their daily calories from added sugars. For the average woman, that's going to be 6 teaspoons of sugar, or about 24 grams of added sugar a day. For the average man, that's about 9 teaspoons of sugar, or about 36 grams of added sugar a day. And many Starbucks drinks actually go above this. And finally, the last thing we're going to be looking at is the fat content, especially the saturated fat content. So saturated fat, as I've talked about in some of my other videos, is associated with various chronic diseases. If you're going to be having daily drinks at Starbucks, I don't suggest going with something that's high in saturated fat, such as dairy milk or coconut milk even. All right, I do actually have one disclaimer before we dive into looking at some of these drinks. The nutrition information on the Starbucks website did not update when you switch the type of milk. So as I look at these drinks, it's going to be looking at them as if they had whatever milk naturally comes in them. And for a good number, that's going to be dairy milk. And the other thing is that there's no specific line for added sugars as compared to sugars in general. And because of this, I'm going to be looking at sugars overall, trying to find drinks with lower sugars, even though it's really added sugars that we should be avoiding. And finally, all the drinks listed in this video are measured in the size grande, which is 16 ounces. Now, let's finally look at the drinks. Coming in at number 5, and the highest calorie drink on this list, is an iced flat white. So the reason why I picked the iced one over the hot one is because the iced flat white has 150 calories compared to 220 for the hot flat white coffee. They also have differing levels of sugar. The iced version has only 11 grams of sugar, whereas the hot version has 17 grams of sugar. So coming in as our number 4 option with 140 calories and 12 grams of sugar is the cappuccino. This is a great option for people who do want to have milk in their coffee, considering it's pretty low in calories, slightly lower than the last option, and still is fairly low in sugars. As far as fat goes, it has only 5 grams of fat. And again, this is the version made with dairy milk. Now, it can have lower fat if you pick a plant-based milk that is lower in fat, such as an oat milk. So clocking in at number 3 with lower calories and slightly higher sugar happens to be a automatically vegan option that is a little bit newer, the iced chocolate almond milk shaken espresso. So this drink happens to have 110 calories, and it happens to have 16 grams of sugar overall, as well as 3 grams of fat. Now, that amount of sugar is a little bit higher than some of the other drinks that we have been looking at, but the thing is, it's still significantly lower than many of the other options. Refreshers, for example, can have 30 grams of sugar per 16-ounce drink. So this one is still much lighter in sugar than even those options. All right, so for our number 2 option, we have the Cafe Misto. The Cafe Misto comes in at number 2 because it happens to be 110 calories, like the number 3 option, but also happens to have less sugar than all of the other options listed before, at 10 grams of sugar and 4 grams of fat. This happens to be the drink that is the lightest in sugar except for the first option. This drink can easily have its milk replaced with any non-dairy drink that you choose. That will slightly change the nutrition profile, but it'll still keep it a very light drink compared to some of the others. Finally, our number 1 option, or should I say options, is any drink that comes without really any additions to it. And what I mean by that is we're talking plain brewed tea, plain coffee, plain cold brew, anything like that sort of drink, because those drinks are going to be the lightest in calories, have no added sugars or fats to them, and not to mention, there actually has been research to show that tea in general and coffee can actually do some really wonderful things in our bodies. Alright, so I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that this video definitely helps you with what to order as a vegan and as someone who possibly enjoys to eat healthy at Starbucks. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope that you always remember to love God, eat greens, and get moving. See you in the next video.